Welcome everyone, a special welcome to my subscribers, but also to you new viewers. By the end, I bet you want to be a subscriber. So, today we're doing a blue apron. This is going to be pork chops with miso butter, and we got a little bit of bok choy with marinated apple. I've gone ahead and done some of the legwork, and that would be shredding the apple, chopping the scallion green and white, chopping the ginger. It was about an inch thick piece, 2 cloves of garlic chopped, and then I went ahead and opened up the sesame oil. Bok choy, taking the end off and broken the leaves off. Quick overview of our card. They've changed the card since we last had them, but you still get the same idea. You get a little bit about what the recipe is, how they've plated it up with some rice on the side, the ingredients. Back to our apple. In our apple, I'm going to go ahead and add the whites from the scallion. Okay, this is the mirin. I put half of this in. Sesame oil. I'm just going to guess on this because you can't really see. That should be everything. We're going to salt and a little bit of pepper, and then I'll mix this up. Pinch of salt, and I'll get some pepper and mix it up. We'll come back. In this pot I have rice, and I already put a pinch of salt on there. I'm going to go ahead and add water, which is 2 cups. I'm going to bring this to a boil, 12 to 14 minutes. Once it's to boil, we'll cook it on a lower heat, and we're just basically making rice here, so that's all I'm doing. That's got to marinate for 10 minutes, so about the same time the rice is done, this applesauce will be done. This is the miso paste, and then I've got some ponzo sauce here. The recipe calls for the whole thing, and it also calls for a half a cup of just regular water. And all we're going to do, this is going to be our sauce. I'm just going to break this up and whisk until it feels like it's fully combined. Probably take me a minute or two. So our sauce is pretty well smoothed out. I think there might be a few chunks in there, but if they are, they're small. Whisk to your perfection. Alright, first of all, rice went to a boil. I've turned the heat down to low, and it's going for 12 minutes, so that'll cook by itself. Okay, I've got my skillet on medium-high, and there's a tablespoon of olive oil in there. You can kind of see it in there. This is the bok choy leaves. We're going to add to that the scallions, the garlic, and the ginger. Cook this on medium-high heat for 2 minutes, stirring the whole time. Okay, so I did this a little bit differently just because I like to really flavor up the bok choy, but the recipe says to hit the ginger, garlic, and the salt and pepper in the olive oil for 2 minutes first, and that's just to season the oil, and then add the bok choy for 2 more minutes until it wilts like so. I did it the other way just because, like I said, I feel like it gives better flavor to the bok choy if we do it all at once. It's a half a cup of water. I'm going to cook this for 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to take this off, put it on a plate, and set it in a warm stove just to keep it warm. Alright, so you can see I've taken the bok choy and that little blend of garlic and ginger and whatnot out of the pan. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here just to keep it warm. That's at 170. Again, I'm just trying to keep it warm. Timer's also gone off for my rice, so we're going to hit this real quick with the rest of the sesame oil. And then I'm just going to fluff the rice. If you have a paddle, you can use a paddle. Flat spoon, good size spoon will work too. A little bit of salt, just a little bit, and a little bit of pepper. And that's that for the rice. We'll take that off and set it aside. The pork chops, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I've patted them dry, that's why they're sitting on paper towels. And straight into the pan with 1 tablespoon of olive oil, just to keep it from sticking. for the other two. And then we're going to cook these for 3 to 5. Be back to that. Pork chops have been cooking for about 4 minutes on one side. You can see that I already seasoned the other side. Another 3 to 5 on this side, so it's fairly cooked. I also tinted very loosely with some aluminum foil. We can discard our tent of foil. I'm closing in on the 5-minute mark, so I'm just going to go ahead and let these rest on the same plate that the bok choy is resting on. There's our pork chops. Now we're going to make the final bit here. This is that sauce that we whipped up in the beginning. I'm going to put that in. Scrape the bottom. We want to get those little brown bits off. 30 seconds to a minute. I'll lower the heat down to just under medium. Got about 30 seconds, so I'm going to add the butter. I'm going to let that melt in. Okay, so it looks like the butter has pretty well been fully combined with the sauce. We're going to take it off the heat and let's plate up. Okay, first things first, let's get a little bit of our bok choy on our plate. I'm just going to lay this right here in the middle. More. It's a nice base. And I'm going to take this line. Okay. A little bit of our sauce on top. A bit of that apple relish, if you will. Top of that. 2 spoons. And last but not least, we're going to put a side of rice. Pretty good. There you go. Blue aprons, pork chops with miso butter, and bok choy and marinated apple. If you have Blue Apron, or if you just want to download the recipe, it's available. Otherwise, you know the drill. Subscribe, share, like, comments below. Tune in again for my next recipe video. And I hope you have a great night.